We're here in Monte Carlo for the Rendezvous de Septembre. For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks. And I'm joined now by Ryan Mather, CEO of Ariel Re. Ryan, welcome.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good to be here. I wish it wasn't raining quite so much.
It is raining a lot, which is not what a lot of people expected.
Not what we hoped for.
No, indeed. Well, talking of weather, we are in the hurricane season. How's the landscape changed since the last major hurricane loss?
Good question. So I think 2 years ago we were talking about hurricanes, and that was 2022, and we were relieved that all of the worst ones had finished. We'd been through Hurricane Irma all the way back, Harvey, Irma, Maria in 2017, and then a smattering of others. And we thought that was the end of it. And then after we left Monte Carlo, we had Hurricane Ian, just the icing on the cake. And that galvanized the market, really. I think that was the end of the soft market. I think it became very difficult for capital to come in, which pushed rates up quite dramatically. Yeah, so we saw quite significant rate increases at the 1/1/23 renewal, so that certainly helped to make us a more sustainable business. In addition, and in the background, certainly in the US, there was a lot of legislative change as well. I think certain states, especially Florida, realized that what they had pervading in their state was unsustainable in terms of the amount of loss that was coming out of the insurance market. That meant that there was no investment going into it, and that meant that even though Florida was filling up, I think we've seen 50% increase in population in the last 25 years, and that meant that people weren't able to get the coverage they needed. So between the legislative changes and the rate increases, I think we have a much more stable base now. Now, the weather is still unpredictable, as we know. We don't know when we're going to get the next big hurricane, but I think we are better equipped to manage those hurricanes now.
So the experience of 2022 has provided a springboard for this coming year.
Yeah, I think that was just the end of it. I think 22 wasn't the catalyst, but it was the end of just a grotty period from 2017 to 21, and then 22 provided just the last little bit that we needed to strengthen our resolve.
And sustainability, how sustainable is the market at the moment?
I think it's much more sustainable than it was. I think when you go back to the end of the soft cycle, if I can call it that, which is sort of 21 into 22, I think the market was on its knees because we hadn't made the right amount of profit for our investors. And as a result of that, there were no new investors coming in, and that provides a challenge around sustainability.
So Ariel Re founded in 2005, so it'll be celebrating its 20th anniversary next year. We haven't seen the sort of startup activity that we might expect in a hard market. Why is that? Yeah,
I think certainly we've raised a lot of capital in the past couple of years, and it's not been easy because the results have not been good for around 10 years, and there are a lot of people that just didn't believe in the industry. You would hear things like, you guys don't know what you're doing with your modeling, you don't understand climate change, the distribution controls the business, and being a balance sheet was a tough place to be. I think in order for the business to become sustainable, I think we have to have more than one good year in a row. We have to generate the profits on a regular basis. We're not going to make money every single year, especially in the cat market, but we need to be making the returns that our investors require more years than not for them to start believing again.
So, is there new capital entering the market at all?
There is, but it's a bit more sporadic. I think we've seen two so-called startups in the last few years. I can think of Conduit Re as one, Vantage as another one. Those are the only major balance sheets that I think that have set up. I hear that there's a story of Mario setting up now, so that'll be three. And then there's incremental capital coming into existing platforms like ours. We managed to raise the capital we require to grow in the way that we want to. And then the other area that you can't forget is the cat bond market. There has been quite a lot of capital coming into that area. We've seen all-time highs of cat bond issuance supported by a very liquid market. So yes, there is capital coming in, but it's not like the olden days where people would set up lots and lots of balance sheets with the hope that they were going to make good returns and then IPO at a multiple to further juice the returns for the original investors.
So have been in a hard market, maybe still are. How does that affect the ability of the market to innovate and to meet some of the societal challenges?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the market cycle per se helps us to innovate or not. I think the insurance and reinsurance worlds have been very innovative over the last hundreds of years, whether it be shipping or cars or planes when they were the new thing. I read somewhere that satellites, we've been insuring them for 50 years now. Satellites, amazing, 50 years. And then latterly, cyber. As the world moves and develops new requirements, the market will be there for them to absorb. And then, in addition, there are existing problems that are getting more exacerbated. And I'm thinking, as I said before, people moving to Florida, people want to live by the coast, and they want more capacity. Again, the reinsurance market will be there for them.
To what extent do you think that the reinsurance market is there to answer the questions that the insurers have, their clients have?
Well, I think the only way that we as an industry become sustainable is if we listen to our clients and solve the problems that we're capable of solving. Now, that doesn't mean say we can solve all their problems, and we certainly can't subsidize them, but it's a symbiotic relationship. We can't do without each other, and if we're both doing well, then that's brilliant.
Ryan, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Richard.
For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks.